Good morning, everyone.
What did I?
You know, most of you know me, and you know I've spoken as Harriet in front of thousands of people over time. But this makes me nervous.
Welcome to the club.
First, I want you to pick up your rock that was given to you. I want you, again, for just a few minutes, close your eyes. Feel the strength of that rock. Run your fingers slowly across that rock. It can be comforting. That's how God is. Okay, you can open your eyes now. The statement that God is my rock is packed with full of meaning. And as you know, most of us have said at one time or another, somebody is your rock. One of my rocks is here today, and that is my granddaughter, Winter. She is my rock. When I need something, I say, Winter! So all of us have someone in our lives that we consider our rock. And I said, God is my rock is packed with full of meaning and implications. It means God is solid, just like that rock you're holding in your hand. It is a place to run when all disintegrates around us. And it's our safe and secure place. He is unchangeable and immovable. When my husband and I decided to build our first house on our farm in Virginia, where I raised my children, there was a huge rock on our acres there. Or should I say a large stone. That rock became an unplanned place where my children would go with their friends and talk so we couldn't hear what they were talking about. So I recently asked my grown daughter, who is, believe it or not, 55 years old. I don't know who her mama is.
I got stars on it now.
Why did they always like to go down to that rock? Her reply was, Mama, it just felt so comfortable, so solid, so peaceful, both physically and mentally. You know what? I would find myself going to that same rock just to feel the peace of looking at nature. I would look at the stream that ran in front of that rock. I would look at all of my animals, my cows, my horses, and my hand would be touching that rock and made me feel comfortable and stable, like God. That's how I feel about God. Comfortable, safe, and standing on solid ground. Those of you that are holding the rock with the Psalm chapter 62, verse 2, how many of you have that one? It conveys He is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense, and I shall not be moved. It represents God is a firm, immovable foundation. It is a powerful declaration of trust in God as a personal refuge, emphasizing that because God emphasizes our strength, we will not be defeated, we will not be overwhelmed by the difficulties of life. Again, feel that solidness of that stone in your hand. It's strong, like God. Today, on my desk at home, there's a large stone, and written on that stone in large white letters is the word God. My children, as well as my grandchildren, have asked me several times, Grandma, why you got that rock on your desk? I would tell them, just like that rock is strong and it's solid, so is God in my life, strong and solid. When my husband and I built that house, that farm in Virginia, as they were clearing the land, they had to create a foundation for that house. That house foundation was a combination of small stones, rocks, and concrete. That was to make sure that the house had a strong foundation to build on. Just like building that house to be strong, we should build our lives with the same teachings of Jesus Christ in our lives and practicing the teachings of Jesus Christ in our lives, so that God will become our rock, our strong foundation. Now, all through the Bible, the metaphor of a rock is used to describe God's unchanging strength, reliability, and security. He is portrayed as an immovable foundation in times of trouble and a safe refuge to run to. Let's take a moment. Let's look at our lives. We can handle shakiness momentarily, but the storms of life, y'all, they gonna come. And sometimes they gonna knock us down off of our footing if we have not found ourselves planted on solid rock with God. This is the basis of Jesus' parable, the Sermon on the Rock, pertaining to the wise and the foolish builders. Now, the foolish builders, he builds his house on sand that represents temporary things in our world. Temporary now. Like money, we can't take it with us. Status, earthly comforts. It's easy. And it's quick to build initially. But the foundation is weak. And when the storms and the winds of life come, guess what? It's going to be washed away. The wise builder, he digs deep to lay a foundation on solid rock. The rock represents Jesus Christ. The wise man builds on Jesus Christ's teachings, learning Jesus Christ's teachings and practicing his teachings with intentional effort and discipline and patience. Now, the house without foundation of God, it's going to be just blown away. The house that was built on a solid foundation of God and his teachings, it's going to withstand the storms of life. We have all been through some storms, some of us more than others. But with that rock, God, you can make it through. Ask yourself, which builder are you? The words solid, strong, stable are just a few words that come to mind when we think of rocks or stones. These are also words that can apply to our lives. As I said, our lives should be built on foundation with God as our rock. In our lives and in our families, we want to be strong like a rock. We want to be stable. And we want to be a good foundation for our families like a rock. Now, rocks and stones can be used for many purposes. Rocks can be used to mark a route or path. Stones, those stones that you're holding in your hand right now that have Joshua 4 written on them, who has that? It gives an example of stones used to mark a specific path or journey. This is the memorial stones at the Jordan River. After God miraculously parted the Jordan River, he told Joshua, go get 12 stones from the dry riverbed and pile them up at, you're going to help me with this, Gilgal, to mark the path to the promised land. Let's look at our own lives. Can we handle shaking this momentarily? But the storms of life will come. And sometimes, like I said, those storms will knock us off our footing if we haven't found ourselves planted on solid rock with God. The statement, God is my rock, is packed with full of meaning and implications. It means God is solid, a place to run to when everything is falling apart around us. That's our safe place. He is unchangeable. Like that rock, he's immovable. So those rocks today that you are holding in your hand, let it be sort of what we say a souvenir.
Yeah.
To look at, to touch. We need a solid foundation. Let God be that foundation.